Jumbo, Hotep Kings and Queens. KARIBU to this episode of the So Did You Know lecture, where we share ancient African history and we enlighten our black brothers and sisters.
So be it. Everything go so be it.
Heru in his form as Herishaf was known as the god of goodness, peace and strength. In the land of Greece, he is called Hercules. This is probably the most informative session that we've shared as Sons of Asa to date. So let's scientifically look at how the universe unfolded as part of the multiverse. So about 14 billion years ago, give or take, a piece of the sun, piece of an atom, moves away from the sun and orbits just like any other planet and any other star that exists to date. But a phenomenon happens during that process where, as this piece of atom or piece of sun or Ra's body moves away from himself, the sun, this lava center is surrounded by a gas ball. As this gas ball moves away further from the sun, as the temperatures get cooler and cooler, something else happens. Because of the change in temperature, now life begins where this molten lava erupts just like modern day volcanoes do. 3.4 billion years ago, something happens due to this phenomenon. So after this eruption of this lava has happened, 3.4 billion years ago, the tectonic plates start shifting. What's the result of these tectonic plates shifting? 14 million years ago, we start seeing a population of monkeys. But now, due to this break or these tectonic plates, which are the nucleus of the earth, once these things start shifting, then it means the landmass now it starts moving and starts shaking and starts cracking. And eventually, these pieces are going to start fragmenting. About 5 million to 3 million years ago, here we've seen monkeys in existence for some time. But now here we see human form in the form of Australopithecus africanus. When you go to Taung, right here in South Africa, in the northwest province, there is a cave where they found Australopithecus africanus, the Taung skull, which is 2.8 million years old. They took the skull and it's still sitting in the Wits University in 2023. When we look at the Great Lakes region, this is the White Nile or the White Happy, the Congo River or the Shire River, that whole area between Uganda, Rwanda, Kenya, Zambia, Mozambique, Congo, Ethiopia, Malawi, and Burundi. Right about the same time where we find Australopithecus africanus is where now we find the first human being. So we moved from Australopithecus, we evolved into Homo erectus, where now we started standing up straight, so we were not monkeys. And then from standing up straight, we have evolved to what we know ourselves as right now, today in 2023, as the Homo sapiens sapien. And the oldest trace of Homo sapiens sapien goes right up to here in the Great Lakes region. As the tectonic plates were shifting, the Homo sapiens sapien, the human being, the black man as we know ourselves today, we were already in existence in the Great Lakes region. When the landmass started moving, black people or African people had already moved around the African land. So when the plates started shifting, what we know today as Syria was connected to current day Morocco. And that is why it is still a stone throw away, both continents from each other. So when these plates started shifting, African people who were right on the edge of Morocco and what we know as Syria today were separated. But now this is the same people. They did not even need a boat to cross over, because when the land separated, automatically it separated the two people, which are the same human being. 110 years before what we know as the Caucasian or the Cro-Magnon or the current day white person, it took about 110,000 years before the current Caucasian came into being. And this is how it happened. During the Ice Age, or during glaciation, which was about 20,000 years before Christ was born, the African people who were on the northern hemisphere during that period of glaciation started losing their melanin. Those who could not lose their melanin ended up dying. Those who could lose their melanin ended up having slim noses. Because it's cold up there, you need a smaller nose because of the intake of the air to your lungs. We need to manage that. Like we are in Africa now, we have our African noses, just like the Sphinx, where we need oxygen for our lungs because it's hot out here. So the people who could not lose their melanin passed away, and the ones that could lose their melanin stayed alive, and they are what we know today as the Caucasian. 6,000 years later, after the first time we have experienced the Caucasian or the Cro-Magnon here on this earth, now we find another race that is now created from the Grimaldi or the Khoisan or the African original man, and now the Cro-Magnon. Now we get the reindeer age or the Magdalenian age, where we find the Asians and the yellow people. 4,500 years before Christ was born, we get the Osirian drama, where we get taught about Osiris, we get taught about Oset, and we get taught about Heru, we get taught about Neptet and Set. This is where now we African people from ancient Kemet, ancient Africa, ancient Egypt, we create something called the Dendera calendar. Something that was created many years before the Gregorian calendar that we are currently using right now. So this is a recording of lunar and solar duality events, where we witness and record the solar and lunar solstices and equinoxes, where now we use nature as a register to mark down specific events when they've happened and when they are likely to happen again. So black people have been advanced, and we've had created the horoscope 4,500 years even before Christ was born. The year is about 3,100 years before Christ was born. Here we see Ethiopian kings and queens, Nubian kings and queens, now moving into Kemet or Egypt.
So, tribe, support our Sons of Assur channel. You know we're bringing the light. Like. Because you care, share. And don't wait another moment. Comment. So, tribe. Subscribe. Let us know Mambo on our socials below. Sawa? Kwaheri, So Tribe.